Whiskers was an enchanting tabby cat who lived in a cozy cottage in the countryside with his benevolent owner, Mrs. Tulip. He had acquired with time an additional flair for mischief to become notorious for adventure. He would round the gardens of the village to make great friends with the other animals and humans. But with all the fun and games, Whiskers always felt that something was missing. One afternoon, when the sun was shining bright, Whiskers chased a butterfly playfully around Mrs. Tulip's vegetable patch. He heard a melodious purring sound from behind the neighbor's yard. Curious, he neared cautiously. There, amongst the roses, was the most stunning Siamese cat he had ever laid eyes on. Her fur is silky, her eyes sapphire sparkling, and graceful as a ballerina in action. Whiskers' heart started racing. Her name was Bella, and she had just relocated to the village with her owner, Mr. Thompson. There was no other cat like Bella that Whiskers had ever met. She was so graceful and so sophisticated, and yet in those eyes flickered a playful light that only made her more charming. Whiskers, determined to get the attention of this ladyship, did many foolish things in his trying to win her heart. Bella, who favored the company of butterflies over mice, politely declined, but thanked him for it. Next, Whiskers resorted to showing off his climbing skills and caught the largest mouse he could find and laid it at her feet. Went up the tallest tree in the yard. Bella watched with wide eyes, but showed impertinence. Whiskers tried again by serenading Bella with the best purring he could manage. Much to his pleasure, Bella purred in response, but only for a short time, as she then became sidetracked by a fluttering butterfly. Days turned into weeks, and Whiskers persisted in his interest. He learned that though Bella was aloof, she was quite taken by the stars and could be found stargazing every night from her perch on the garden wall. One night, Whiskers joined her on the wall and pointed out the constellations he knew. She listened intently, her eyes twinkling like the stars in the sky. Slowly but surely, Bella warmed up to Whiskers' endearing persistence. They spent their days exploring the gardens and their nights stargazing. Whiskers grew to love the delicate beauty that Bella cherished, and Bella, in turn, felt great admiration for the indomitable spirit of Whiskers. One evening, as they sat on their favorite spot, Bella turned to Whiskers and whispered, "You have a lion's heart and a poet's soul, Whiskers. Indeed, I think I found a perfect match." Whiskers was on cloud nine, and then they became inseparable from that night onward. Whiskers and Bella found their little paradise, and this did indeed prove to be true. Love will find its way if one is patient and has a true heart.